In today's show, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 altcoins that are ready to outperform Bitcoin in the short term, according to crypto analytics firm Sentiment. We'll be breaking this down for you in today's show. Also, in today's episode, Grayscale Trust reveals why institutional investors are pouring millions into Bitcoin. If you didn't get the memo, they're purchasing more Bitcoin than is actually being mined right now. So there is massive institutional demand. And if you don't know, now you know. Also, in today's episode, Eerie Bitcoin Fractal predicts it may just be weeks before the Bitcoin price smashes $14,000. We're going to be discussing this here in today's show. Also in today's episode, we'll be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As we can see, most of the major cryptos are back in the red, but where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this, plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day. So be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts. And before we kick off today's show, if interested in learning from the Wall Street legend who picked Apple back in 2003 and Bitcoin in 2016 as he shares his #1 pick for the 2020s, they're calling it the investment of the decade. Right now, there is a mad rush in corporate America. It involves Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Facebook. They're betting on a new technology that the World Economic Forum projects will soar 295,000% over 7 years, but it's not AI, the Internet of Things, or 5G. To discover what it is, smash the link below the video in the description and watch this exclusive presentation by Tika Tiwari. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV, and let's kick it off and dive right into today's first story. 3 altcoins, which I'm about to share with you, ready to outperform Bitcoin, according to crypto analytics firm Sentiment. Crypto analytics firm Sentiment says a handful of crypto market metrics indicate that Ethereum, Basic Attention Token, and Maker all look more bullish in the short term than Bitcoin. Let's talk about it. Sentiment looked at each asset's 3-day averages and 3 metrics. The first day, daily active addresses versus price divergence, compares an asset's price action to the number of unique crypto addresses interacting with the specific coin on a daily basis. The metric views price action that outpasses DAA as a bearish signal and vice versa. The second, network of value transactions ratio, referred to as NVT, compares the value transferred on a specific network to the network's market cap. If the transaction volume is low relative to market cap, an asset is considered overvalued and vice versa. The third metric, sentiment volume consumed, measures the sentiment of market participants on Twitter. Sentiment evaluated each asset using a simplified rating system from 0 to 10, with 0 representing the most bearish and 10 the most bullish, as 5 implies a prediction of sideways consolidation. Now, Bitcoin scored a 3 on the DAA versus price divergence metric, and a 2 on the NVT, and a 6.5 on the sentiment volume consumed, for an average rating of 3.8 or slightly bearish. And on the other hand, Ethereum scored a 5 on the DAA versus price divergence, a 5.5 on the NVT, and a 6 on sentiment volume consumed, for an average rating of 5.5, which is considered neutral. Now, Basic Attention Token scored an 8.5 on the DAA versus price divergence, a 9.5 on the NVT, and a 6 on sentiment volume consumed, for an average rating of 8.0, which is considered bullish. Now, let me know if you're bullish on Basic Attention Token or Ethereum or Maker, which we're going to discuss right here. Maker scored a 9 on DAA versus price divergence, a 10 on NVT, and a 5.5 on sentiment volume consumed, for an average rating of 8.2, which is also considered bullish. Now, Sentiment cautions that none of these scores are indicative of the firm's long-term outlook on each asset. Here's a quote they shared: "With every weekly volume we release for our Bold Prediction series, we are taking a look at the most recent 3-day averages or percent changes for each metric we're covering. As a reminder, these signals are for intraday traders to assess local tops and bottoms based on historically solid leading indicators. Whether we call a project bullish or bearish for the next week or two, please remember that this has no relevance to what we think of the asset's long-term viability as an investment. So keep in mind, these are short-term predictions. Sentiment believes that these particular 3 altcoins will outperform Bitcoin in the short term. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, let me know if you're long and holding Maker, Basic Attention Token, or Ethereum. I know I'm extremely bullish on Ether. I say this commonly in the show. I feel it's one of the most undervalued altcoins in the market. And now taking a look at the overall crypto market, we can see Bitcoin and all the major altcoins are back in the red. Bitcoin hovering just above that $9,400 support. We just retested $10,000. We got very close to it before the bears pulled us back down to 9K, and we've been inching up just a little bit to where we're currently at. Ethereum down 0.7% for the day, trading at $235. Link is another altcoin I'm extremely bullish on, which is down 2% for the day, trading at $4.05. XRP down 1.3%, trading just above 19 cents. And Miss Litecoin, one of the few altcoins actually in the green, but barely, up 0.33% for the day, trading at $44. Then we have Satoshi Vision down about 0.5%, as well as Bitcoin Cash down about 1% for the day. And now taking a look at some of the top exchanges, we see Binance down 52% with just under 3.4 billion in volume. Hobby Global down 55% with 3.1 billion in volume. OKEX down 47% with 1.97 billion, and BitMEX down 58% with 1.2 billion in volume. All right, now for our next story of the day. Grayscale Trust reveals why institutional investors are pouring millions of dollars into the leading king of cryptos, Bitcoin. The world's largest digital currency asset manager, Grayscale, says institutions are now looking to crypto as a potential hedge against global economic instability, as they should be, because our economy is extremely unstable, to say the least, right now. On a new episode of CoinScrum Markets podcast, Rai Hanat, Sheriff Askari, Grayscale's Director of Investor Relations and Business Development, reveals that average weekly investments in the firm's crypto trusts have increased more than 800% this year. That's right. He says COVID-19 has played a significant role in boosting the Bitcoin narrative. Here's a quote he shared. COVID-19 and policy implications have set the stage for Bitcoin to be seen as a store of value asset. Institutional investors are taking active long positions in digital assets through our products. And he goes on to share, it's because they're looking for an asset that is scarce, that can be used as an inflation hedge in a world where we are presented with unprecedented monetary stimulus. Now, that is a fact. I know I like to hedge against the US dollar, as I don't trust these government monies now that they're printing trillions in the name of quantitative easing. But hey, that's just me. In the first quarter of this year, Grayscale raised $500 million across all of its products. Investors poured $390 million into the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. I'm going to repeat that. Investors poured $390 million into the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust and $110 million into the Grayscale Ethereum Trust. And what that means is they're purchasing more Bitcoin than is actually being mined right now. So talking about a heavy institutional demand, this is it right here. Now, originally, individuals were drawn to Grayscale's products to get exposure through tax advantage retirement accounts. However, the firm says 90% of their fund inflows are now through institutional investors. I repeat, 90% of their fund inflows are now through institutional investors. Since the Bitcoin halving, we've been witnessing so much institutional demand, and traditional hedge funds represent the majority of Grayscale's institutional investors. He says that 44% of fund inflows came from multi-strategy funds, and a significant portion also came from long/short equity funds. So as we can see, the phenomenon is happening. What is the phenomenon that Tiketwari refers to so commonly? It's the Bitcoin halving, which occurred last month, mixed with heavy institutional demand, and that's what we're witnessing right now. All right, now for our next story of the day. Eerie Bitcoin Fractal predicts it may just be weeks before Bitcoin hits 14K. Now, why is 14,000 so significant? Well, this is the average price of what it costs a miner right now to mine a single Bitcoin. So this is about the break-even price, and many feel that this is the real value of the Bitcoin price, which is about to catch up with itself. So let's discuss it, shall we? After rallying as high as 10,100 on leading exchanges this week, Bitcoin plunged off a proverbial cliff. Within 12 hours after hitting the highs, the crypto dipped by almost 1,000, crushed as long orders cascaded Bitcoin lower. We touched about the $9,000 mark. Now, while this was a bearish rejection at a crucial level, analysts are still bullish. They cite a confluence of technical and fundamental factors showing that Bitcoin trends remain slanted to the upside. So this is actually still looking pretty bullish for the Bitcoin price. Bitcoin's recent price action may make it seem like a top is forming, but a fractal analysis from a leading analyst in the space has suggested the opposite. A fractal in financial markets is when a bout of price action is experienced again at another time and for the same or another asset. As Investopedia explains, fractals also refer to a recurrent pattern that occurs amid larger, more chaotic price movements. The analyst suggested that a fractal has formed between the start of 2019's 300% rally and Bitcoin's price action over the past few weeks. The fractal suggests that Bitcoin will trade as high as $14,000 by the middle of July. So my only question for you is, are you ready? As a pertinent aside, the analyst who shared the chart below is known for observing accurate fractals, which predicted a number of key swings over the past year, as we can see right here in this graph. This, importantly, isn't the only 14K fractal. The same technical analyst that predicted Bitcoin bottomed at 3,700 just hours after the crash on March 13th recently shared the chart below, which we're going to take a look at here in a moment. As you can see now on your screen, the chart is of a fractal showing that Bitcoin will hit 14K in the coming 5 to 6 weeks, just as the first analyst mentioned remarked. Here's what he had to share. Scary fitting fractal from EO 2016, cut off the top part to not trigger anyone if we see anything like it. Inverse capitulation becomes real, he remarked in reference to the chart below and how crypto investors are expecting capitulation. Now, other technical signs also signal an upside and looking pretty bullish. There's other analysts that believe it's only a matter of time before Bitcoin revisits the pivotal 14K level, just like it did in 2019. Just in case you're new or you don't remember, last year's high was 14,000, so that is a very pivotal resistance for the Bitcoin price. One trader recently argued that Bitcoin flipping the 10,500 into support will lead to a rapid move to 14K. And taking a look at this individual's tweet here on crypto Twitter, Credible Crypto wrote, "Don't lose sight of the HTF. Our prior resistance region has now been broken and is now being tested as support. Bulls remain in control and gunning for the highs again, in my opinion. HTF has been bullish since posting this weeks ago. Hope you have been buying the dips, BTC." And this crypto trader, Crypto Kaleo, wrote, "Bitcoin, the path to financial freedom." Touche. So let me know your thoughts regarding the Bitcoin price moving on up to the $14,000 critical and pivotal resistance. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments right down below. And now taking a look at the overall crypto market cap, we're sitting at 268 billion with 70 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. And the current BTC dominance is 64.7% according to CoinMarketCap. And taking a look at the top gainers within the top 100, we have Verge leading the pack up 29%, trading at 0.007. Sia Coin up 12.6%, trading at 0.003. IOST up 11%, trading at 0.006. Komodo up 9%, trading at 82 cents. Synthetics Network up 8.8%, trading at $1.10. And Digibyte, Go Digi, up 8%, trading at 2.2 cents. Are any of these crypto projects in particular you're bullish on? Let me know in the comments right down below. I know personally I'm very bullish on Digibyte out of this list. And that's about it. Now taking a look at the biggest losers within the top 100 in the past 24 hours, we have Quant down 8%, trading at $6.68. Zilliqa down 5%, trading at 2 cents. Divi down 4%, trading at 4 cents. Flexicoin down 3%, trading at 0.002. Nano down 3.7%, trading at $1.12. And Aave down 3.6%, trading at 9.4 cents. And now taking a look at the BitMEX margins, we can see the bears are obviously back in control, leading with about 42 million in superiority in the last 24 hours, with shorts leading 52.1% versus 47.8% longs. Are you currently bullish or bearish? Holla at your boy. And now let's take a look at one of my favorite indicators. It's the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 38 in fear, which is the same as yesterday. Last week was a 54, which is neutral, and last month a 40 in fear. And if you're not familiar with the crypto greed and fear index, extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity. And when investors are getting too greedy, well, that means the market is due for a correction. And I want to encourage you to check out the description right below this video by clicking show more in the description right down below for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 445 videos right here on my channel. Also have some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Not only is this updated every single day, it also allows you to download the latest episode of the show in MP3 format, so you can listen to it on your way to work, in the car, when you're working out, or out and about and just doing your thing. Also, be sure to subscribe on YouTube if you haven't yet already done so. The direct link to do so is cryptonewsalerts.net. You can also follow us on Apple's iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher Radio. We're active on all the major podcasting platforms, so whichever podcasting platform you're active on, please do help support the show. You can also follow us on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is Crypto News Yes, and I also have a private crypto Facebook group for those of you active on Facebook, as I am. It's called Crypto Alchemy. There's over 17,000 strong inside from all over the world. To become a part of it, simply click this link, request to join, and I'll be sure to plug you in. And for those of you active on Telegram, as I am, I do have a crypto Telegram chat. To become a part of that, simply click this link. You'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you personally on the inside. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto revolution. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts. And real quick before I go, if interested in learning from the Wall Street legend himself, Teeka Tiwari, who picked Apple back in 2003 and Bitcoin in 2016 as he shares his #1 pick for the 2020s, they're calling it the investment of the decade. That's right. Right now there is a mad rush in corporate America. It involves Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Facebook. They're betting on a new technology that the World Economic Forum projects will soar 295,000% over 7 years. But it's not AI, the Internet of Things, or 5G. To discover what it is, smash the link below this video in the description. It's going to take you here, and you can then watch this exclusive presentation with the one and only Teeka Tiwari. Check it out, and I look forward to catching you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.